Hey there, Inmedius readers. I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you're having a great weekend. I'm here this afternoon to talk to you about Michael Chabon. I looked it up, Amy, because I wasn't sure either. It's apparently Michael Chabon. I'm here to talk to you about Telegraph Avenue. I might be the only person in the book club who finished the book. I had never read anything by Michael Chabon before. We picked this book because it was a recommendation from one of John Green's video recommendation, book recommendation thingies. And I had heard really good things about Michael Chabon. He's very well respected in literary circles, and after reading this I can definitely see why. He's very articulate. He puts so much in every word. Like, his book is just engineered to say exactly what he wants to say all the time. But it's not quite dense in the Tolkien way, where it's sort of like, okay, thank you, like, I know what a hill looks like, can we please move on? It's always adding to your understanding, but it is very long, and that I recognize that that style is not for everyone. I decided maybe I would read, like, a paragraph just to sort of have you can have an idea of what the prose is like in this book. Aviva went back down to the kitchen and began to angrily cook Titus's stated favorite breakfast, pancakes and bacon. She broke the eggs as if they were the spurious arguments of unworthy adversaries. With the contempt we generally reserve for those who fail to deliver on errant boasts, she watched the bacon shrink in its own fat. She peeled the bubbling pancakes from the griddle and flipped them over with a sense of cutting off a pointless discussion. In the batter, buttermilk and baking soda enacted their allegory of her emotional pH. By the time she had, in her view, cashed out the boy's account in silver dollar pancakes and a sizzling rasher of Berkeley Bowl's best applewood smoked, she had worked through and expended most of the outrage that her discovery of his nocturnal adventuring had stirred within her. This was in compliance with Aviva Rothschild's official policy on outrage, which was that, even when justified, it was an ineffective tool. So, you know, a lot of metaphors there. Basically, this book made me think about a lot of things that I've never thought about. It dealt with the issues of race and sexual identity and family in a very compelling way. There was a lot going on. At times, it was sort of hard to keep track of things, but I was never bored reading it. I was never tired of learning what was going on with particular people. I love Julie. I love Gwen. I hated Titus. I wanted bad things to happen to Titus. I just was not a fan of Mr. Joyner, regardless of if he's related to Archie, who I had very mixed feelings about, but eventually, at the end of the day, just loved. Another criticism I had of it was that it wasn't really meted well enough in 2004. Like, I mean, there was that weird, sort of cringy cameo of Barack Obama that was supposed to sort of make it fit into 2004, but I felt like when I was reading it, it was really more like an early 90s book. Like, this corporate overcoming thing is not necessarily an issue in the same way that it was in an earlier time period, and I think the book would have benefited from being set like 10 or even 15 years before it allegedly was set. And a lot of the characters are so nostalgic that it's really hard to remember that you're actually in, 2004. And trying to, like, hammer in these references to, like, Quentin Tarantino and Barack Obama, like, didn't quite do it for me in terms of making me believe that it was the time period that they said that it was. But, I mean, overall, that's not really that big of a criticism. I didn't feel as strongly against the metaphors as some of my co-reviewers have. Like I said, I was really impressed with the writing style, and I was willing to invest in working it out, but I did have a luxury of more time being able to do that. The book had some really interesting lessons on nostalgia. It made me think about a lot of things I haven't thought about before. Overall, I would maybe give it like a 3 stars out of 4. I probably would read it again. I have a feeling reading it again would sort of bring out some of the things maybe that I didn't pick up on this time around. I was very satisfied with the way that the book resolved itself, the way that everything came together, even though I didn't really agree with Archie's decisions. But I guess that's, sort of a reflection of who I am and maybe the relationship I have with my family, which this book, did make me think about. All in all, I would recommend giving it a shot if you've got time to invest and books that are quite wordy aren't necessarily going to be something that you wouldn't enjoy reading. If you have any thoughts or comments, I'd really like to see your comments down there, or even in like a reply video thing. I don't quite know how that all works, but if you do, you should set one up, because you know I want to hear what you think. And I believe next month we are reading a book called The History of Love. I have yet to order this book. I am going to be ordering it through this wonderful website with free shipping called World Book Repository, which I will link in this space if you want to think about ordering it and follow along with us next month. We would love, I'm sure all of us here at Immediate Read would love to read along with you. I wish you all a very happy Easter. I hope you enjoyed reading Michael Chabon's Telegraph Avenue, and I will see you on the other end of the bookend. Is that can I say that? Is that a thing? I don't know.